Thomas William Lamont, Jr., September 30, 1870, February 2, 1948, was an American banker. Early life. Lamont was born in Claverack, New York. His parents were Thomas Lamont, a Methodist minister, and Carolyn Duell Jane. Since his father was a minister, they moved around upstate New York a lot and were not very wealthy. 1. He graduated from Phillips Exeter Academy in 1888, where he was editor of the school newspaper, the Exonian, as well as the school yearbook and literary magazine. He then attended Harvard. At Harvard College, he became first freshman editor of the Harvard Crimson, which helped him pay off some of his tuition. He graduated cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1892. He met his wife, Florence Haskell Corliss, at the 1890 Harvard commencement. He started working under the city editor for the New York Tribune 2 days after he graduated from Harvard in 1892. He married Florence on October 31, 1895 in Englewood, New Jersey. He was also able to work for the Albany Evening Journal, Boston Advertiser, Boston Herald, and New York Tribune, which only paid $25, while at Harvard. While at the Tribune, he received many promotions, including night editor and helping the financial editor, which gave him his first taste of the financial world. He left journalism because of the low pay and went into buzzines. He began working in business for Cushman Brothers, which later became Lamont, Corliss, and Company, and turned it into a successful importing and marketing firm. It was an advertising agency that worked for food corporations. The company was in a bad financial status, but Lamont fixed it, and the company changed its name to Lamont, Corliss, and Company. He was partners with his brother-in-law, Corliss. His banking caught the attention of banker Henry P. Davison, who asked Thomas to join the newly started Bankers Trust. He started as secretary and treasurer and then moved up to being vice president, and then was promoted to director. He rose to the vice presidency of the First National Bank. Starting in the late 1910s, for many years, he financed the Saturday Review of Literature. J.P. Morgan, on January 1, 1911, he became a partner of J.P. Morgan & Co., following Davison to the company, and served as a U.S. financial advisor abroad in the 1920s and 1930s. During the 1919 Paris negotiations leading up to the Treaty of Versailles, Lamont was selected as one of 2 representatives of the United States Department of the Treasury on the American delegation. At that time, he was a member of the Council of Foreign Relations. He played a leading role for Morgan in directing both the Dawes Plan and the Young Plan. The company also started a system where the Allies could buy supplies from them, a previously improvised system. In 1917, he joined the Liberty Loan Committee, which helped the Treasury sell war bonds to Americans. He also served unofficially as an advisor to a mission to the Allies led by Edward M. House, as requested by Woodrow Wilson. Lamont not only advised the other countries, he also went to them. Right before he was going to go to Europe, the Bolsheviks took power in Russia. He and the head of the American Red Cross, William B. Thompson, along with the approval of the British Prime Minister, Lloyd George, tried to convince America to aid the Bolsheviks so that Russia would stay in the war. However, they were unsuccessful. Both he and Norman H. Davis were appointed as representatives of the Treasury Department to the Paris Peace Conference and had to determine what Germany had to pay in reparations. He drew up the Dawes Plan and the Young Plan to try to figure out Germany's punishment. In the years between the wars, he was a spokesman for J.P. Morgan, because J.P. Morgan Jr. was retiring. He handled the press and defended the firm during hearings like the Arsene P. Puddiel hearings that investigated Wall Street bankers with too much power. He was one of the most important agents for the Morgan investments abroad. He was an unofficial mentor to the Woodrow Wilson, Herbert Hoover, and Franklin D. Roosevelt administrations.